And my father was always very calm, very peaceful, very, as they would say in America, very cool. But my mother was a case in which there was just a lot of discontentment, somehow, some way.
Anger, you know, like
Something.
that anger, dissatisfied anger, which we all are experiencing. Actually, अगर हम देखें, हम सबके जीवन की कहानी यही है कि हम सब एक dissatisfaction सी महसूस करते हैं, वो irritation और anger में रोज हर पल निकल रहा होता है.
There was just something about her, I don't know what it was, but growing up I used to watch that she didn't have the tolerance power about things. It could be because we were meat eaters at that time. I don't know. But what happened is they brought a picture of the point of light in the house, this point of focus, which they called Shibaba. And ever since they brought that picture in the house, my mother told me, Jenna, this is God. I says, this is God? He says, yes. God is this energy. It's this point of light. It's this pure being. And in order for you to connect, you have to forget that you're a body and consider yourself a soul. And then remember him, and you feel a lot of love. So I says, yes, that makes sense. I said, absolutely, that makes 100% sense. And then I was actually having experiences of peace when I would look at that image. And so quietly I used to walk around the house really enjoying this connection. And the amazing thing is that in about 6 months, my mother stopped getting angry.
That was the most inspiring part.
I had not seen her get angry after 6 months, honestly. And at that point in time, I knew whatever she's learning at this Brahma Kumaris has got to be very good.
Very true actually. अगर हम देखें तो हमारा अपना अनुभव या हमारे अपने का किसी का अनुभव जो है, you know, actually it's the most potent, yes, tool we should look at is that someone close to us having this experience, you know,
exactly.
and changing in front of our eyes.
Yes.
You know, the whole universe changes, you know, if one person, and because one of the most difficult things, हम अपने सभी दर्शकों से भी बार-बार हमारे पास जो SMS आते हैं, they always talk about कि गुस्सा नहीं छूटता है, you know, like anger is one thing which we have to really fight out. And again, you know, when we are getting angry, we just don't know what to do. We cannot wait, we cannot count till 10, take a glass of water, nothing works.
She knew what to do when she got angry.
So wonderful. Then what happened?
It was profound because I remembered once going into the house and she passed by me and I felt like she was an angel. There was this fragrance about her. There was this presence that I'd never felt before. And so I remembered as a little girl saying, when I grow up, I want to be like that. And then I went along my merry way and did my own thing. But I realized that it was the knowledge that she was inculcating inside that was bringing about this change in her and the meditation. And then she brought a picture of the founder of the Brahma Kumaris, Prajapita Brahma. I didn't like him.
I can understand that.
But I'll tell you why I didn't like him.
Because he was old?
No, growing up as a young teenager in America, you have the fortune of having a lot of exposure. You know, whatever it is, boys or drinking or party or whatever. And I remembered very specifically many times when I'm out with my friends or I wanted to do something and I wanted to be naughty, Brahma Baba's face would come up in my conscience.
Yes.
And then I used to wonder, why does this man not leave me alone? And then I would not be able to do certain things that maybe I was told not to do. So I remembered for a few months I was grappling, having an issue with this relationship with this person. But then later on as I grew, I understood.
I can actually feel that.
There was just something about his eyes that when you looked into his eyes, he would call you to become higher. He would call you to go to that supreme being. You are better than that. You're greater than that. And at the time, I didn't want to be great.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be naughty.
Yes, you know, and that's because that's the in thing. You know, that's the only thing I've known. And, you know, that makes me feel good. And that's how we feel.
That's how we do
बिल्कुल
things.
बहुत सुंदर. ये जो अनुभव है, ये हम में से बहुत सारे teenagers, खासकर वो हमारे सारे दर्शक जो कि बहुत प्यारी उम्र से गुजर रहे हैं, 16, 17, 18 साल की जो उम्र है. And then they are all experiencing this. तो आपसे भी हम यही कहेंगे कि जब भी आप कुछ ऐसा करने लगते हैं, क्या आप ब्रह्मा Baba just pops in. Very true, actually. And then he's like a father, you know.
It's very much like a father, but who wants a father with you when you're out in a party? No, when you're 17 years old. And so what happened is like my relationship with Brahma Baba changed when I became about 20 or 21 because I began to value the fact that this soul would take the time to come and just be with me when, you know, there were going to be a conflict of values. But anyway, I watched my parents change, and I wasn't interested in spirituality at the time at all. I wanted a lot of money. I wanted to make something of my life. I loved great clothes. I loved fast cars. And I love the social life, really. And I still do. But it now has become spiritual and it's divine. What I mean by that is, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. At that time, it was what it was for me. And I enjoyed it profusely. So from working in politics to having my own business to traveling the world and to even buying my first house at 19, you know, and living an extremely good life for a young Kumari, so to speak, in the world, in America. It was a gift.